What's up, guys? In this video I'm going to talk about fire support, and fire support really only pertains to like 3 game modes, which is PvE, and in regards to PvP it's push and frontline. So first up is smoke. Smoke is extremely important. Alright, it's the difference between getting on objective and blocking your team from seeing what they're getting into. You always basically want to call in smoke behind the objective, if possible, or directly on the objective. If you call smoke in front of the objective, odds are you're not going to get on point and cap it. This has been a big issue for a long time in the community. Nobody really seems to understand this. I don't know why. You would think that it would be, common sense to throw smokes, on the objective and not in front of them. The only time you really want to throw smokes before the objective is if there's an enemy encampment, when they're able to get you and you're not able to push up to the front line. That's the main idea with smoke, is to obscure your enemy's vision. There's not a whole lot else to say on that. Second one I want to talk about is gas. Gas is extremely important because it can, make or break taking an objective or holding an objective from the enemy team. Really, you should only use it sparingly. I'd also like to point out that whenever you're calling in gas, it's always a good thing to let your teammates know. I've seen this multiple times, and even whenever you do let your teammates know, some of them still don't put their gas mask on. It's why I always carry a gas mask on security, so I can get on those points and hold the objective without having to worry about getting gassed off. Third is explosive mortars. Explosive mortars are extremely important. You call an explosives behind the objective, or basically the route for the enemy team to the objective to block them from getting in. If it's right after a wave, if you can time the waves just right, and you know how many kills you've gotten, and the wave's about to reset, you can really time explosive mortars extremely well. It can be a valuable tool. Most people think it's underpowered. I think it's actually really good, used in the right hands. Next, we're going to talk about rocket barrage. Rocket barrage for insurgents actually goes on longer than explosive artillery for security, and it's basically to kind of even out that asymmetric play style and the asymmetric air support with the gunship and the clearance. There's not really much to talk about, that we haven't already talked about in explosive artillery. That's really it. Next, we'll talk about strafes. Strafes can be very, very valuable in the right hands. Other times, they just don't get anything at all. And it's hit or miss, really, because unless you have good communication on where the enemies are at and, what you need to aim for, you really don't know if you're going to hit them. So it's always good to call them in on either the line pushing up, if you know that there's a bunch of enemies pushing up on a line and you're defending. And it's always good to call it in on the objective itself. The only time I'd use strafe outside of that is if you have an enemy encampment on the left or right of objective and you're having a hard time getting the team forward. Because, that's your job as commander, is to get your team forward or to push the enemy team back. Next, we'll talk about gunships. Gunships are extremely valuable. If you can use them sparingly and use them either, one, when you're trying to get on point and you can't capture that point, it's always good to call them in early. If it's already looking like it's going to be kind of hard to get on the point with the first 2 waves, you should basically call it in when you still have 3 or so waves left. That way you're not wasting that manpower. You can basically take out any stragglers that are towards the front line and really give your team an advantage, especially if you can time it with those waves. When the next wave comes in, they can't make it to objective without taking out the chopper first. Second use I would say it's for is cleaning up enemies that are still around close to the end of the game, and you can't find them and you don't have that many waves left. If you can't get on the point, and blow up their cache, then that's really kind of the time when you should be using it. I mean, all this is comes with experience. The more you play, the more you're gonna know when you should and shouldn't use them. Finally, I want to talk about smoke colors. Green, I guess the other one's blue, I can't remember, and red. If you see green or red smoke, odds are you shouldn't go into it, and just watch.
Oh, could you cancel that? Can you cancel that?
I don't think so.
Fuck.
Yeah, you guys just stay away from the green smoke. Stay away from the green smoke. A lot of you are by the green smoke, and I feel like you're not listening to me.
You're all gonna die.
Into green smoke.
Yeah, you're all gonna die.
What the hell, man?
Told you.
Get ripped up out of here!
Taking gunfire. Taking damage. We're
There's a sniper running that way. Come on, let's catch him.
Dude, I tried to warn you guys. Yeah, well, we said you guys need to stay away from the green smoke. What do? You like smoke the green smoke? I didn't say smoke it. I said to stay away from it.
Okay, we're done. Assassin is leaving the area. Good luck down there.
Alright guys, don't worry, enemy gunship has left.
Fuck.
Anyway, that's all I got. I know I didn't touch on the drones at all, and there's a reason, because I don't have that much experience with them. I know your bomber drones are basically like another rocket barrage, but it's more concentrated. And the little hunter drones, the only real use I've ever seen for them is to get the cache. I think on crossing you could shoot it in the doorway a certain way, and that's it. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.